Beneath a crust of cracked mud, like fragments of an ancient civilization long forgotten, a Nile crocodile lies motionless. It is waiting for the water to return, waiting for a flood strong enough to awaken the river once more. Here, hunger makes no sound. This is a landscape shaped by constant change. Every storm becomes a promise. And every remaining drop of water can decide the fate of an entire world. As dusk settles over the heart of the Luangwa Valley, the power of daylight is slowly surrendered to a predator that is almost impossible to see. It needs no roar like a lion, nor the strength of a pack like a clan of hyenas. The leopard rules the night through silence, grace, and terrifying precision. A shadow slipping between mopane trunks, a faint breath carried on the wind, is enough to place the entire forest on alert. The African leopard is one of the continent's most adaptable big cats. It survives across a remarkable range of landscapes, from open savannas and riverine woodland to dry forests, thorn thickets, and rugged mountain slopes. But in Luangwa, where mopane woodland blends into grassland and the river twists through the valley, the leopard has found a territory almost perfectly suited to becoming master of the dark. An adult male can weigh between 50 and more than 80 kilograms, while females are usually considerably smaller. Including its long balancing tail, a leopard's body can stretch close to 2 meters. But what makes this cat exceptional is not muscle alone. It is its ability to disappear into the landscape. Its golden coat, covered in dark rosettes, breaks up its outline among dry leaves, deep shadows, and patches of filtered sunlight on the forest floor. With eyes adapted to see in low light far better than ours, the leopard turns darkness into an advantage. As other animals begin to lose their sense of direction in the fading light, it becomes even more dangerous. Every paw is placed so softly that even dry leaves beneath it seem unable to betray its presence. This is not a predator built for long pursuits. The leopard is a master of patience, waiting for a single mistake before delivering a decisive strike. Today, a female leopard lies pressed low beneath a thorny bush. Her body is almost perfectly still. Only her ears move from time to time, turning gently to gather the faintest sounds from the darkness. The wind carries the smell of dry soil, sunburnt grass, and a herd of impala feeding somewhere nearby. Out in the yellow grass, one impala lowers its head to feed. It has wandered only a short distance from the herd, searching calmly through the grass without any sense of the danger close by. It does not know that only a few meters away, a pair of amber eyes is following every movement. The leopard begins to advance. Her body sinks lower, her belly almost brushing the ground. Each step is so slow that time itself seems to pause. The distance falls from 15 meters to 10, then to 8. The impala continues feeding, unaware that a shadow is closing in behind it. But this time, the leopard chooses a different path. She slips silently toward a nearby mopane tree and climbs into its branches. High above the grass, she presses herself against the dark gray bark, almost disappearing among the broken patterns of light and leaves. Below her, the impala continues to graze, unaware that the danger has moved above it. Not a branch trembles. Not a sound escapes. The leopard watches every step with absolute patience. Then the impala drifts away from the safety of the open ground. In a single explosive moment, the predator launches from the branches like an arrow, shattering the silence of the valley. The grass erupts around them. A brief cry of alarm fades quickly into the rustle of struggling bodies. The fight is fierce, but short. Using her weight, claws, and a precise bite, the leopard brings the impala under control before any rival predator has time to notice. The hunt is over, but for a leopard, keeping a kill can be just as difficult as making one. In Luangwa, a carcass left on the ground can quickly attract spotted hyenas, lions, African wild dogs, or even flocks of vultures from far away. The leopard understands that it cannot confront larger or more numerous rivals head-on. So it relies on a strategy that very few large predators can match. She drags the prey towards a mopane tree. With powerful shoulders, claws gripping the bark and jaws that refuse to let go, the leopard begins to haul the carcass upwards. Slowly, the kill is lifted along the trunk and beyond the reach of thieves on the ground. The branches may bend beneath the weight, but they are strong enough to keep the meal safe for days. From high above the forest floor, the leopard can feed in silence, watch over its territory, and avoid many dangerous confrontations. The tree is more than a refuge. It is a pantry, a watchtower, and a fortress that allows this solitary predator to survive in a world crowded with competitors. Yet behind the cold precision of an apex hunter lies another instinct just as powerful: motherhood. When she has cubs, a female leopard hides them in small caves, thick vegetation, or sheltered spaces among roots and rocks. Newborn cubs are fragile, unable to follow their mother, and completely dependent on her protection. After each hunt, the mother returns in silence. She cleans her cubs, nurses them, and remains alert to even the slightest sign of danger. If she senses that the den has been discovered, she can gently carry each cub by the scruff of the neck to a safer hiding place. Every move is a gamble, because lions, hyenas, and even wandering male leopards can pose a threat to her young. High in the trees of Luangwa, the leopard is not only hiding food, she is protecting the future of her species. An apex predator, a devoted mother, and a silent ghost still moving through Africa's forests. Here, only those capable of patience, precision, and adaptation can survive. From the scattered rocky outcrops around the mopane woodland, a forceful call breaks the stillness of early morning. It is the harsh bark of a yellow baboon, a signal that gathers the troop and a reminder that this land is never truly safe. As the first sunlight filters through the dry canopy, the troop begins to move. Infants cling tightly to their mothers' bellies, adults climb down slowly from the high rocks, and large males take position around the edges. Yellow baboons are among the most prominent primates of eastern and southern Africa. They live in large troops, usually made up of several dozen animals, and sometimes more than 80. Within such a community, every individual has its place. Females often maintain strong bonds with their relatives, while males must constantly compete for rank and access to food. They are powerful enough to endure a demanding landscape, with adult males weighing more than 20 kilograms. Armed with strong jaws and long canine teeth, Their distinctive projecting muzzle gives them a dog-like appearance. Their yellow-brown and gray fur helps them blend into red earth, dry grass, and the pale trunks of mopane trees. What makes baboons remarkable is not just their strength, but their extraordinary social intelligence. They recognize individuals within the troop, understand who is an ally and who should be avoided. Hours spent grooming may seem peaceful, but they help strengthen bonds and prevent the structure of the troop from breaking apart. Each morning, the baboons move through the woodland like a small army. Infants remain near the center, surrounded by mothers, while large males travel along the outer edges, where danger can appear without warning. A leopard may be waiting in the undergrowth, or a rock python may be concealed beneath sun-warmed boulders. At quiet bends in the river, crocodiles wait patiently for one careless animal to venture too close to the water. Baboons do not depend on sight alone. They use sound to protect one another. A sharp bark or a piercing cry from a tree can send the entire troop changing direction in an instant. In their world, an alarm call can determine the survival of dozens of individuals. As omnivores, yellow baboons waste very little, feeding on everything from fruit and roots to insects and lizards. This flexible diet allows them to survive the long dry season when the ground hardens and food becomes scarce. During these months, the troop may spend hours turning through leaf litter and digging for roots. High rocks and large trees are not merely resting places. They are natural watchtowers. They help the troop spot predators long before they come too close. As the calls of the baboons fade, a very different movement appears on the grassland ahead. A herd of impala steps out beneath the morning mist, moving through the grass as though they barely touch the ground. Impala are among the most successful antelope species in Africa, occurring across bush savannas and open woodlands. In Luangwa, they are a familiar sight along the grassy margins where food is plentiful, but danger is always near. An adult impala usually weighs between 40 and 75 kilograms. Males carry elegant, lyre-shaped horns used to display strength and compete for control of female herds during the breeding season. But for most impala, their greatest defense is not their horns, but speed and reflexes. When chased, an impala can leap nearly 3 meters into the air and cover close to 10 meters in a single jump. These explosive bounds do more than clear obstacles. They make the escape route difficult for a predator to predict. Large eyes set on the sides of the head allow the impala to scan a broad field of view almost constantly. A single unnatural rustle or an alarm call from birds can cause the entire herd to raise its head at once. Within seconds, a peaceful grazing ground becomes a living network of vigilance. Each individual watches one part of the landscape, but together, the herd forms an early warning system that is constantly alive. This is the impala's greatest advantage: life in numbers. When dozens of bodies move together, a predator finds it harder to focus on one target. But safety is never absolute on the savanna. For leopards and lions, one animal that hesitates for half a second can be enough to change the outcome. Impala can also shift their diet, turning to leaves and shrubs as the dry season advances. This ability to both graze and browse gives them an advantage over many other antelope when the landscape becomes harsh. Across the grasslands of Luangwa, the herd continues through the morning light with caution shaped by millions of years of evolution. They have no claws or armor, surviving instead through eyes and ears that never stop watching and listening. Elsewhere, the baboon troop continues calling from the high rocks, while the impala herd holds its formation. Two very different species are bound by the same task: to detect danger before the darkness of a predator can close in. As the impala herd retreats to escape the rising heat, the ground begins to tremble beneath a deep, distant thunder. It is the steady footfall of hundreds of Cape buffalo, moving like an ancient army, silently patrolling the valley. Cape buffalo are among the most powerfully built hoofed mammals in Africa. A fully grown bull can weigh up to 950 kilograms and stand close to 1.7 meters at the shoulder. Its broad, sweeping horns meet across the forehead in a thick, hardened shield known as the boss. This is both a weapon of defense and a symbol of authority within the herd. When bulls confront one another, they drive forward with their full body weight, their collisions echoing across the grasslands. Cape buffalo rarely live alone, gathering in large herds that sometimes number in the thousands. Within the herd, society is organized into smaller units. Family groups led by females and bachelor groups of males. Ecologists have observed an unusual behavior, sometimes described as collective voting. When the herd is preparing to move, individual females may rise and face in different directions. The direction chosen by the greatest number often becomes the route the herd follows for the day. There is no single leader giving orders. Yet the group can still reach a shared decision about where to find water. Cape buffalo feed mainly on grass, making them heavily dependent on moisture and seasonal growth. When the dry season arrives, they are forced to move closer to the Luangwa River, sometimes swimming through crocodile-filled waters. Their ability to cross water is a testament to physical endurance and an unyielding determination to survive. In the wild, Cape buffalo can live for between 15 and 25 years. A newborn calf is fiercely protected by the herd, especially during its first months when lions and hyenas often wait nearby. When danger approaches, the adults close ranks at once, using their massive bodies and horns to form a living wall. Studies in South Luangwa suggest that the survival of calves depends greatly on the size and structure of the herd. Their real strength lies not only in their horns, but in their ability to move together and protect the weakest members. As the thunderous footfalls of the Cape buffalo herd slowly fade into the distance, the outline of a lion emerges, the undisputed ruler of the Luangwa Valley. In the shimmering heat rising from the cracked earth, the lion does not need to display its strength. Its stillness alone is enough to make every creature on the savanna wary. A lifted head or a glance towards the woodland edge can be enough to send a nearby antelope herd changing direction. The evolutionary story of lions stretches back hundreds of thousands of years to when their ancestors roamed Europe and the Middle East. Today, their range has been reduced to sub-Saharan Africa, with only one small population remaining in India. In South Luangwa, lions still persist at relatively high densities, particularly in the central areas of the park. This makes it one of the last important natural strongholds where these majestic predators continue to thrive. Lions live in closely bonded groups known as prides, with a clearly defined social structure where every individual plays an essential role. Lionesses are the heart of the pride, hunting together, raising cubs, and maintaining the social bonds that hold the group together. During a hunt, each lioness may take on a different role, such as circling ahead or driving prey towards shorter grass. The males defend the territory, driving away intruders that could threaten the pride's stability and safety. Luangwa's semi-arid climate draws a sharp line between two seasons. When the dry season arrives from May to October, the landscape becomes a true test of endurance. According to the IUCN Red List, lion numbers across Africa have fallen by more than 40% over the past 3 decades. It is believed that only around 20,000 to 25,000 lions remain in the wild today. In Zambia, South Luangwa remains a beacon of hope thanks to determined conservation work and anti-poaching patrols. Satellite tracking of prides and programs that work with local communities help ensure their future. Some of the best-known prides in central Luangwa, including the Big Pride, once numbered more than 30 lions. Over time, they divided into smaller groups, now spread across areas such as Mafue and Nsefu. Following the quiet tracks of the king, another towering presence begins to emerge along the floodplains. African elephants move slowly towards the water, carrying an intelligence and a herd instinct shaped over countless generations. A fully grown bull can weigh up to 6,350 kilograms and stand more than 4 meters at the shoulder. Such immense size is not only an advantage, but also a challenge when food and water become scarce. Their ears act as natural cooling systems, releasing heat from their massive bodies beneath the harsh sun. This ability to regulate body heat is essential for survival when temperatures rise above 40 degrees Celsius. The elephant's flexible trunk contains more than 40,000 individual muscles and serves as an astonishingly versatile tool. It allows them to feed, drink, communicate, and even act as a snorkel when crossing deep rivers. Their tusks are elongated upper incisors that continue to grow throughout life. They are used to dig for water, strip bark from trees, clear paths, and defend against threats. Elephants are ecosystem engineers that open routes through dense forests for smaller animals to follow. With every journey, they disperse seeds through their dung, a form of planting few other animals can match. Recent research continues to reveal the depth of elephant intelligence and their remarkable memory. They can remember routes to water sources that dried up years before and distinguish between dozens of different sounds. They use low-frequency calls that can travel up to 10 kilometers to remain in contact with distant groups. Within elephant society, the matriarch is a living archive of past droughts and hidden water sources. The herd follows her lead, while other females help to care for calves and protect them from danger. Adult bulls often live more separately, yet their arrival can change the atmosphere of an entire area. When one member of the herd falls, others may gather around the body. touching it gently with their trunks in silence. Science now recognizes this as evidence of emotional intelligence, something rare and deeply moving. According to WWF data from 2024, Africa's elephant population has fallen to around 415,000 individuals. In Luangwa, community-based conservation and GPS tracking give these herds a chance to continue their story of survival. Beneath the fierce sunlight, an armored shape lies motionless at the river's edge. Hidden just below the surface, a Nile crocodile waits with infinite patience. Its cold, unblinking eyes are fixed on every smallest movement. All it takes is for a young antelope to venture a little too far from safety for the master of the marsh to awaken. The Nile crocodile is the product of millions of years of relentless evolution, reaching lengths of up to 6 meters and weighing more than 680 kilograms. It is Africa's largest reptile. Its bite force can reach around 22,000 newtons, powerful enough to hold fast to prey struggling in the current. Its weapon is not speed, but the power of waiting and a perfectly timed strike, delivered in a fraction of a second. When the moment comes, its powerful tail lashes beneath the water, driving the heavy body forward in near silence. Its jaws close like a steel trap, dragging the prey into deeper water before anything can react. Nile crocodiles are opportunistic predators that readily take waterbirds and mammals alongside fish. Despite its rough appearance, this species shows a level of parental care that is rare among reptiles. Breeding begins towards the end of the dry season, when receding water exposes sandy nesting sites. A single nest may contain between 25 and 80 eggs, with the sex determined entirely by incubation temperature. Temperatures close to 31.6 degrees Celsius tend to produce more males, while cooler or warmer conditions produce females. As the eggs near hatching, soft chirps from inside the shells signal the mother to help her young emerge. She gently carries the hatchlings in her jaws to the water's edge and protects them through their first weeks of life. This is the most dangerous period, when birds of prey and large fish may be waiting. The Nile crocodile appears to dominate the marsh, yet there is one resident it treats with caution: the hippopotamus. With its massive body and axe-like teeth, the hippo commands absolute respect in shallow water. Conflict usually occurs only when resources become scarce or when a crocodile moves too close to a calf. Each day, hippos spend most of their time submerged, walking or gently bouncing along the riverbed. A large male can weigh up to 1,800 kilograms. Its almost hairless skin is highly sensitive to sunlight, so the body produces a pinkish-red secretion that protects it. This secretion is a unique natural compound that helps inhibit bacteria and retain moisture. When darkness falls, hippos leave the water to begin their nightly search for food. Roaming steadily across the lowland plains, one hippo may consume up to 40 kilograms of grass in a single night. They can travel as far as 8 kilometers from their lagoon to find enough food. Despite their heavy appearance, a threatened hippo can reach speeds of nearly 40 kilometers per hour on land. Hippos are the closest living land relatives of whales and dolphins, sharing a common ancestor from 55 million years ago. This connection explains their ability to produce sounds underwater and remain in contact with other members of the group. According to the IUCN, hippos face increasing pressure from habitat loss and conflict with people. In South Luangwa, pristine wetlands like Lufupa and Kapamba have become vital natural refuges for these giants. Here, crocodiles and hippos share the same marshlands, understanding that a single mistake can turn calm water into a scene of violence. Above the wild expanse of Mopane woodland, a bird glides across the Zambian sky with a flight unlike any other. It rocks from side to side, banking and swaying as though carried by invisible currents. Its unusually short tail, black wings touched with chestnut, and vivid red face make it unmistakable against the harsh landscape of central Luangwa. This is the batleur eagle, a silent wanderer, yet one of the most commanding figures in this semi-arid ecosystem. Its most striking feature is its signature flight. The batleur can appear almost like a dry leaf tumbling in the wind, a result of its exceptionally short tail, unlike that of almost any other eagle. As it rides the rising thermals, its body rolls gracefully through the air, seeming to dance above the land below. Each bird may range across an immense territory, often covering around 650 square kilometers. Highly territorial, it rarely tolerates intruders. When another raptor enters its airspace, the batleur may launch into dramatic aerial attacks, swooping low at speeds of 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. Under Luangwa's dry sky, the batleur serves as both hunter and cleaner of the ecosystem. Despite the regal image of a solitary eagle, it is a true opportunist. It hunts small prey such as birds, reptiles, and insects. But it will also feed on carrion from larger animals. With extraordinary eyesight, it can often detect a carcass from far away, sometimes arriving soon after vultures have found it. After bathing in a pool, a batleur may perch high in a tree and spread its wings wide to dry its feathers. In that moment, it resembles a guardian spirit over the landscape below, silent, watchful, and perfectly adapted. Across the quieter wetlands and dense mopane forests, another sound suddenly tears through the stillness. It is a sharp, ringing call that carries across the river channels and lagoons. This is the voice of the African fish eagle, one of Zambia's most iconic birds of prey. The moment that call echoes across the water, the ruler of the river sky has awakened. The African fish eagle is woven deeply into the natural rhythm of South Luangwa National Park. Its white head and breast contrast sharply with dark brown wings, while its bright yellow hooked bill stands out against the blue sky. Though widespread across sub-Saharan Africa, it remains closely tied to rivers, lakes, and wetlands, where fish are plentiful. It is an impressive bird, with a wingspan that can reach up to 2.4 meters. Its legs and feet are built perfectly for fishing. Rough scales beneath the toes, combined with sharply curved talons, create a powerful grip that allows it to seize slippery prey and lift it clear of the water. Its hunting strategy is simple, yet astonishingly effective. The eagle usually chooses a high perch near the riverbank and waits in complete stillness. When a fish rises close to the surface, it launches in an instant. Its talons skim across the water and lock onto the prey in one smooth movement. There is no hesitation and no wasted motion. But the African fish eagle is not only a hunter. It can also be a skilled food thief, sometimes stealing fish from smaller birds such as kingfishers or herons. In a crowded wetland, speed and timing can matter as much as strength. Its breeding life is shaped by strong pair bonds. African fish eagles often mate for life, returning year after year to the same nesting territory. Their nests are built from branches high in trees near the water. They can grow to nearly 2 meters across as they are repaired and enlarged over many seasons. In central Luangwa, the African fish eagle also serves as a natural indicator of environmental health. Its continued presence suggests that the river system and wetlands remain productive enough to support a thriving fish population. Beyond Zambia, it is also recognized as a national symbol in Zimbabwe and South Sudan. It is admired for its courage, far-reaching vision, and fierce independence. As dawn casts its first gold across the shallow waters, the lagoon becomes a vast, shimmering mirror. In the calm water, a group of hippos lies half-submerged, revealing only rounded backs and watchful eyes. Beside these giants, a yellow-billed stork walks slowly through the soft mud. Its long, pale pink legs carry it forward, while its curved yellow bill constantly probes the water in search of prey. Whenever it detects the slightest movement beneath the mud, the stork's head drops at once. A lightning-fast snap is enough to catch a small fish or a young frog hiding among roots. In a place that appears peaceful, each step is part of a quiet hunt guided by patience and precision. Yellow-billed storks usually stand between 90 and 105 centimeters tall, with a wingspan of around 1.6 meters. They favor shallow water, often only 10 to 40 centimeters deep, where fish and frogs cannot move as freely. These river-edge lagoons become the perfect feeding grounds for a bird designed to hunt in the shallows. Their most remarkable weapon is an exceptionally fast bill-closing reflex. When the sensitive tip of the bill detects prey, the two halves can snap shut in roughly 0.025 seconds. To improve their chances, storks often stir the mud gently with one foot to disturb small fish and insects. The instant something reveals itself, the yellow bill closes before the prey can escape. Unlike many waterbirds that feed alone, yellow-billed storks often forage in groups. Dozens may gather in the same shallow pool, keeping just enough distance to avoid getting in each other's way. During the breeding season, they nest in colonies in mopane trees near the river. Their stick nests can grow to almost a meter across, repaired and reused over many years. Both parents help raise the chicks, which are fed partially digested food and sheltered from intense heat. When temperatures rise, adults may spread their wings to create shade or carry water back to their chicks. In the lagoon ecosystem, yellow-billed storks do more than add beauty to the scene. They also help regulate populations of small aquatic animals. Sharing the same shallow waters is another bird, completely different in appearance, the African spoonbill. It appears more delicate, with a long, flat bill that widens at the tip like a small spoon. African spoonbills stand around 90 centimeters tall and weigh between 1.2 and 1.5 kilograms. Their distinctive bill is not used to strike directly into the water like a stork's. Instead, it sweeps slowly from side to side in broad arcs. When a small fish or shrimp brushes against the sensitive edges of the bill, the jaws close almost instantly. Each time a spoonbill sweeps through the water, fine sediment is disturbed, exposing tiny animals hidden below. These small movements can create a chain reaction that benefits other water birds feeding in the same lagoon. As the sunlight begins to tilt towards the dry grasslands, a completely different color appears over southern Zambia. From riverside branches, hundreds of southern carmine bee-eaters take to the air together. Their brilliant crimson-pink plumage makes the flock look like a stream of tiny flames crossing the pale sky. Southern carmine bee-eaters are masters of aerial hunting. They perch on low branches, watching the open air before suddenly launching out to seize insects in flight. This technique, known as hawking, demands fast reflexes and exceptional control in the air. Their diet includes winged termites, cicadas, dragonflies, and many other flying insects. Towards the end of the dry season, they often fly along the edge of natural fires sweeping through the grasslands. Insects fleeing the heat in panic become easy targets, turning chaos on the ground into a feast in the sky. When nesting season arrives, they dig tunnels up to 2 meters deep into riverbank cliffs. Thousands of birds can gather in a single colony, transforming a riverbank into a noisy city of wings and calls. Every species helps turn the lagoons into one of Africa's most vibrant natural stages. Among the steep cliffs and broken slopes of the Muchinga escarpment, the klipspringer does not survive by speed. Instead, it relies on precision. With leaps measured to the centimeter and hooves no wider than a coin, it crosses sheer rock faces as though it had been shaped by the landscape itself. To predators below, these slopes are a dangerous maze, but to the klipspringer, every crack and ledge is a familiar escape route. Standing only 50 to 60 centimeters at the shoulder, these antelopes have powerful legs and remarkably small, tough hooves. Their hooves are held almost upright on the tips of the toes, creating tiny but secure points of contact on the narrowest rock ledges. With this unusual anatomy, a klipspringer can leap vertically as high as 3.6 meters. Its coat is another masterpiece of adaptation, with thick, coarse fur that is hollow at the center. This fur helps insulate the body against the chill of the highlands, while also cushioning it against hard contact with jagged rock. During cold, windy nights, this dense coat helps the animal hold onto precious body heat. Klipspringers often live in lifelong pairs and rarely stray far from one another. While one feeds, the other may stand watch before the roles are reversed, like two sentries guarding a rocky fortress. In dry country where open water may be absent, they have evolved to rely almost entirely on moisture obtained from leaves, flowers, and berries. Their compact bodies conserve energy, a major advantage during long dry seasons that few animals can endure. Far below the cliffs, the bushbuck moves quietly through deep grass and dense cover. This is an antelope of woodland margins that survives through secrecy, patience, and an ability to disappear into vegetation. Adult males carry twisted, spear-like horns and have a sturdy build weighing between 40 and 80 kilograms. Their reddish-brown coats often bear thin white stripes, helping them blend into the broken light beneath shrubs. Large, rounded ears can turn independently to detect sounds, while an exceptionally keen sense of smell helps them detect danger long before it arrives. Bushbuck are usually solitary and avoid well-used trails to keep their presence hidden from predators. When disturbed, they do not always flee at once, often freezing for several seconds to trust their natural camouflage. They can even survive on the moisture gathered from early morning dew resting on leaves. High above, the klipspringer rules the rocks through absolute precision. Beneath the lower canopy, the bushbuck rules the thickets through silence. Two antelope species show two completely different survival strategies. They reveal that it is not always the strongest animal that survives, but the one that understands its environment best. Along the misty slopes of Muchinga, a faint musky scent signals the presence of the spotted hyena. No spotted hyena truly lives alone, as each belongs to a tightly organized community known as a clan. This is a matriarchal society in which females lead and usually outrank every male in the group. The spotted hyenas of South Luangwa are persistent, intelligent hunters with one of the most complex social systems of any carnivore. A clan may contain dozens of individuals, where every hyena knows its place and who has the right to lead. Weighing more than 80 kilograms, they stand out against the yellow grass with their powerful bodies and dark-spotted coats. One surprising fact is that females are often larger and more dominant than males. Rank can even pass from mother to offspring, giving cubs born to high-ranking females an advantage from the beginning of life. Newborn hyena cubs are usually born with dark fur and sharp teeth present from the first days. This is a harsh beginning, as competition between littermates can start very early. In around 60% of cases, spotted hyenas coordinate in groups of 3 to 15 to initiate their own hunts. The strongest individuals drive the pursuit, while others move along the sides in a pincer formation. Their famous laugh can signal excitement, stress, or warning to other members of the clan. The bite of a spotted hyena is extraordinarily powerful, capable of crushing large bones that other predators leave behind. By consuming almost every part of a carcass, they play an essential role in cleaning the ecosystem. They are true predators, able to bring down antelope and young zebra through endurance and cooperation. Like the hyena, the African wild dog survives through the strength of the pack. Their coats are patterned in patches of black, brown, yellow, and white, giving every individual a unique design. These shifting colors provide effective camouflage among the thorn scrub and shadows of Luangwa. African wild dogs live in packs of 6 to 20 animals, usually led by a dominant breeding pair. Every member is cared for by the pack, including injured, older, or exhausted individuals. After a successful hunt, adults often regurgitate food for pups and for those left behind at the den. African wild dogs have only 4 toes on each foot, a structure that makes their legs efficient for long-distance pursuit. They communicate through calls, body posture, and even through distinctive sneezes. In some situations, an increase in sneezing can help the pack reach a shared decision to begin a hunt. Their hunting success rate is often higher than that of lions because it relies on stamina and teamwork. They can maintain high speed over long distances, repeatedly forcing prey to turn until it loses strength. While some members remain close behind, others cut across the animal's path or close in from the sides. When the chase is over, the pack feeds quickly before other predators can discover and steal the kill. Today, African wild dogs remain among the continent's most threatened carnivores due to habitat loss and disease. In South Luangwa, wild dog populations are showing signs of recovery, but their future remains uncertain. Communities that cooperate and protect one another are the ones that survive in these harsh lands. In the wild, the greatest strength belongs to those who fight together to survive. Across the rugged mountain ranges to the west, life moves to a rhythm unlike that of the hot plains below. There are no thunderous chases across open grassland here, nor great herds marching through the dust. This is a world of watchfulness, caution, and patient adaptation. Among the broken cliffs of the Muchinga escarpment, vervet monkeys have turned a demanding landscape into a complex survival network. At around 1,400 meters above sea level, the air is cooler than in the Luangwa Valley. However, the environment is far from easy. Rainfall is often brief and unpredictable, while surface water can disappear almost completely during the dry season. In such conditions, food, shelter, and the ability to detect danger early become essential. For vervet monkeys, survival depends less on individual strength than on the way the whole troop works together. A vervet troop usually contains between 20 and 30 individuals, though some groups may exceed 50. Within this community, there is a clear social order with separate hierarchies among females and males. As they mature, males typically leave the troop in which they were born and move into another group. This instinctive behavior reduces inbreeding and allows genes to flow between troops across the landscape. What makes vervet monkeys remarkable is the sophistication of their communication. They use dozens of gestures and a wide range of calls to pass information through the troop. An alarm given for an eagle overhead is entirely different from the warning used for a leopard or a snake. These signals do more than attract attention. They tell the troop exactly what kind of danger is approaching and from where. Vervets can even recognize individual troop members by voice. This skill helps maintain social bonds, even when animals are separated by dense vegetation or rocky terrain. By day, they spend much of their time on the ground searching for fruit, insects, and bird eggs. As dusk approaches, the troop usually retreats into trees, often choosing sleeping sites around 7.7 meters above the ground. This height keeps them beyond the reach of many predators below. Sharing the southern Miamba woodland is another resident with a completely different way of making itself known. While vervet monkeys move with agility, trumpeter hornbills announce their presence through sound. Their calls, like the notes of an old brass instrument, can travel through dense forest and echo across the slopes. Trumpeter hornbills measure roughly 58 to 65 centimeters in length. Their bright white underparts stand out sharply against glossy black upper feathers. The large gray bill is their most obvious feature, topped by a hardened structure known as a casque. Hollow inside, this structure helps amplify the bird's voice, turning each call into a signal that can carry far. They are often seen in pairs or gathering in large groups around fruiting trees. During the breeding season, trumpeter hornbills reveal one of the most remarkable nesting strategies in the woodland. The female enters a tree cavity, after which most of the entrance is sealed with mud and plant matter. Only a narrow slit remains, just wide enough for the male to pass food inside. While the female care for the chicks, the male becomes almost the family's sole provider. This nesting strategy forms an effective barrier against snakes, mongooses, and other predators. It is an unusual form of cooperation in which the survival of the family depends entirely on the male's persistence. As the hornbill's trumpet-like call continues, another kind of silence begins to descend from the upper canopy. There are no bright colors and no loud calls. The crowned eagle appears as a shadow, passing through broken shafts of light beneath the leaves. It is one of the most powerful birds of prey in Africa's forests. Although it does not possess the largest wingspan, it stands out for its strong legs and long curved talons. It has the ability to take prey surprisingly large for its own body size. From a hidden perch, it can watch monkeys and birds with extraordinary patience before dropping in a sudden strike. Within the forest, the crowned eagle is more than a predator. Its presence places constant pressure on smaller animals, from vervet troops to creatures in the undergrowth. By helping regulate prey populations, it contributes to the fragile balance of the forest. From the final reaches of the Great Rift Valley, a vast basin opens like an epic story written across the landscape. South Luangwa is the product of ancient geological forces, where sections of the continent were slowly pulled apart. These forces created deep valleys, the steep Muchinga escarpment and fertile floodplain stretching along the river. Along the Luangwa River, oxbow lakes remain as traces of channels abandoned long ago. This network of lagoons sustains a complex web of life. Across the lower ground, mopane woodland dominates with trees adapted to endure long periods of drought. Higher up, Miambo woodland covers the hills, where conditions are cooler and more humid. South Luangwa has a tropical semi-arid climate, with a rainy season from November to April. South Luangwa is renowned for its remarkable biodiversity, supporting more than 60 species of mammals and over 400 species of birds. It is especially associated with unique local wildlife, including Thornycroft's giraffe and Cookson's wildebeest. In the heart of the valley, life gathers around the main river. As the dry season deepens, the Luangwa becomes the vital artery drawing elephants, buffalo, and hippos into the same space. But this richness does not guarantee safety. Across Africa, many species once widespread are declining sharply due to poaching, deforestation, and agricultural expansion. African savanna elephants are listed as endangered, threatened by ivory poaching and shrinking habitat. African wild dogs also face a serious risk of extinction due to disease and fragmented landscapes. Even in Luangwa, still regarded as an important wild stronghold, the pressure of human-wildlife conflict remains constant. As farmland expands, elephants may raid crops, leading to retaliatory killings and heavy losses for both sides. Yet the river continues to shape the valley, and ancient oxbow lagoons remain rich with life. Every creature is drawn towards them, from Nile crocodiles waiting beneath the surface to elephant herds seeking shade. In central Luangwa, walking safaris offer one of Africa's most iconic wilderness experiences. Guided by experienced wildlife specialists, every step becomes a quiet act of discovery. It is also a reminder that this ecosystem can survive only if Luangwa's rivers and migration corridors are protected. We must shield these last remaining forests from the growing pressures of human activity. Amid the extraordinary rhythms of the natural world, climate change is no longer a distant warning. The El Niño that swept through Zambia's 2023 to 2024 rainy season left scars that remained visible well into 2025. More than half of the country continued to struggle through prolonged drought, as once fertile grasslands turned to dust and ash. Zambia's wild jewel now faced rivers shrinking into shallow channels. Places once crowded with bathing hippos have become cracked mud and an unsettling silence. Migrating animals are being forced to alter their behavior, caught between barren grazing grounds and the expanding barriers of farmland. During the driest days of 2025, as water became increasingly scarce, the trails leading to the last remaining waterholes turned into deadly corridors. Here, wire snares began to appear, as dense and invisible as spider webs stretched across the wilderness. They steal freedom from elephant calves, lions, wild dogs, and even the proud leopards that once moved unseen through the bush. Patrol teams found an orphaned elephant calf standing beside a drying waterhole, exhausted and barely able to remain on its feet. A wire snare had cut deep into its leg, almost reaching the bone. In temperatures close to 40 degrees Celsius, its survival was measured in hours. Through a rapid joint response by Conservation South Luangwa and veterinary teams, the calf was rescued, freed from the snare and given intensive care. The moment it rose again on trembling legs and gave its first call to the herd, became a symbol of resilience. According to reports, the number of animals successfully released from snares rose to 18 individuals in 2025, compared with 11 in 2023. Teams also carried out more than 10 major rescues involving animals trapped in mud or stranded at drying waterholes. Close coordination between ground patrols, thermal drones, and local safari operators has created a more complete emergency response system. At the same time, veterinary clinics around Memfui have expanded their work with communities living along the park's boundary. In 2025, more than 500 visits were made to treat domestic animals and reduce the risk of disease spreading into wildlife populations. It is a vital link in a wider conservation effort to confront poaching, habitat loss, and severe climate disruptions. South Luangwa cannot endure without the shared support of a global community. By sharing knowledge, supporting conservation programs, and respecting the environment, each of us can help. Protecting this ecosystem is not only about saving wildlife. It is about protecting one of our planet's wild hearts, keeping the pulse of nature alive in the face of the storms of our time. As we move into 2026, the challenges are immense, but so is the hope. Every small action helps build a stronger shield around creatures that have no voice of their own. For anyone who has visited South Luangwa National Park, your story matters. A photograph of an elephant family or a memory of a leopard's sharp gaze in the darkness may inspire someone else to care. These shared experiences can strengthen the will to protect this ecosystem for future generations. We must ensure that children yet to come can still witness the grandeur of Africa's wild savannas. We do not inherit this earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. By 2026, when young woodland begins to return to open ground, it can stand as a reminder of what people can achieve together. Every contribution to initiatives such as the Wildlife Ranger Challenge helps nurture hope for an African continent striving to protect its natural future. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to join us on the next journey. Or continue exploring the dramatic stories of survival in our series on the savannah and its captivating wild landscapes. The stories of survival, resilience, and life at the heart of the savannah are still waiting to be discovered. Together, let us help write the next chapter for the wild.